Good morning. Today is Monday, October the 9th, 2017. We are not having a live meeting today. This is going to be a pre-recorded session that will be loaded under day 5 under GoToMeeting. Again, we are not having a live meeting today. This is a pre-recorded meeting and it will be uploaded under day 5, and then you will go under the link that says GoToMeeting and you'll be able to listen to this audio. So on today, I just want to kind of briefly talk about what you're going to be doing this week and what you can expect. This will not be a long session. It will be fairly short because it's just a reminder of a few things for the class, but it's also just to give you heads up as to what will be taking place this week. So as far as the reading chapters for this week, you're going to be reading on ethical issues. There are laws to guide how facilities need to deal with ethical situations. You're also going to be talking about or reading about assuring safety and security in healthcare institutions. You're going to learn some patient safety tools and how you integrate quality and manage risk. And you're going to read a chapter on a primer on medical malpractice. So just to kind of give you a briefing of this week's chapters. So you know the class itself deals with risk management. So in this week, you're going to pretty much learn about some ways in which you can safely secure your healthcare institution. That involves not only just protecting the patient records, but that also involves making sure that you protect the patient, and then just not the patient, whoever assists the patients to your facility, and also your actual workers or employees that work at your facility. You have to make sure that you maintain and provide a safe environment for them as well. Therefore, every year your facility or your employees should be taking some type of continuing education on safety, what to do in the event of a irate employee, how do you handle an active shooter, whether that person is within the facility or in the surrounding area. They should be taking safety every year on patient confidentiality. And then if you're working in a nursing home or a long-term care facility, you really should have some trainings on how your employees should be lifting patients, rolling patients, because one wrong fall with a patient can not only just injure that patient, but it can injure your employee. Let's say if you have an employee that goes to pick a patient up to help them to the restroom or help them to the bathroom, one wrong twist and that employee's back could go out. So there are so many different things that you have to think about. It's not about just going every day and only dealing with just what's at hand at that moment, but it's much more serious than that. And so when we talk about risk management, it's not a department that should be taken lightly. Even if you don't have a risk manager in your facility, as the healthcare manager of the facility, you have to be the one that consistently maintain that safety realm for the institution or the facility itself. It just even go more than that. We talking about personal protective equipment. If you have employees that don't wear gloves and stuff. We're talking about needle sticks that may occur. And all these things have to be recorded. And when I say recorded, they have to be reported, whether you're doing it by paper or you're doing it through the computer. But it's a risk management, and it's part of risk management. And so when you're reading this week on your chapters and stuff, pay close attention to the ethical issues that are out there to help you deal with risk management. And then also pay close attention to the safety guidelines and security guidelines that are out there to help you with protecting your institution as well. Okay, so as far as what you have to do this week, For today, you're actually going to do quiz 2. Quiz 2 is going to be just like quiz 1. This is information. It's designed for you to learn the information, and even though you're reading the question, even though you're reading the chapters, some of the questions, they may not just be exactly what's in your book, but that's why I give you 3 attempts at the quiz. So if you're really paying attention to the question and you're not just going through there answering the question just so you can get done, you can really learn something from a lot of the questions. Some of the questions are kind of self-explanatory. They're just kind of obvious, whereas others may seem a little bit difficult, but it gives you an opportunity to think outside the box. But I gave you 3 attempts on this quiz for today, just as I did for quiz 1. So your daily assignment, once again, is quiz 2. It has to be submitted by 11:59 p.m. tonight. And then you also have your journal that you can turn it in tonight, or you can turn it in by tomorrow night. But definitely tomorrow night is the deadline to get it turned in. You have discussion number 3. So this is the beginning of your discussion for week 2. You only have 1 question, so make sure you read the preface part or the introductory part before you answer the question. And keep in mind, anytime you're answering questions in discussions and you have to research information, always remember that you've got to provide me citations of where you've gotten your information. And a citation is not just www. That's just a website. I need the full citation as you would do it, and it has to be in APA format. So again, if you research anything on the internet to help assist you with your question, that's fine, but you must give me the citation of where you got that information from in order to receive credit for that particular discussion question. Your initial post will be due tonight by 11:59, and then your follow-up postings, whether it's to me or your classmates, are due by tomorrow night, 11:59 p.m. And then you have homework chapters. This week I'm going to be doing homeworks chapter 6 through 10. Right now I have 6 and 7 open. Tomorrow I will open up the rest of the homework for the week. But for now I have chapter 6 and 7 open for you. So that's what you're going to be doing as far as today is concerned. Homework, as a reminder, is not due until Saturday of this week. Tomorrow, you're going to be doing some activities on MSDS. MSDS stands for Material Safety Data Sheet. So you're going to be doing a little activity on material safety data sheets, because as healthcare managers, even though you say, but I don't work in the lab, material data safety data sheets are not just for individuals who work in the lab. They are for anybody that works in your facility. And you should have a MSDS manual in your facility in a location, and in the location that it is in, all of your employees should know where that book is. Because in the event they splash something in their eyes, splash something on their skin, burn themselves, or whatever the case may be, and it's some type of solution or something, and you don't know what's in that product. Every product that's in your facility, depending on what that product is, comes with the material safety data sheets, and you should be keeping a binder with all of that stuff in there in alphabetized order. So like, say for instance, if I have some liquid prescription medicine or something, and I'm getting ready to give an injection, and I get ready to grab my solution, and some solution splashes in my eye. I don't know what's in that solution. I don't even know how to treat it at that time. Now, I know I need to go and rinse my eye out, but what else do I need to know? Because when I get ready to go to the eye center to see about my eye, they're going to ask me, what was it? What was in it? So material safety data sheet, I will go to my manual, look up that particular item that I had, and it'll tell me what was in it, What do I do if it gets in my eyes or gets on my skin, or I swallow it by mistake or ingest it? That's what the material safety data sheets are all about. So you're actually going to do a little activity on that tomorrow, just so you can have some familiarity with it. I don't want you to get into the working place and when you're asked about your material safety data sheets, or you hear someone say MSDS, I don't want you to say you don't know what that is. So I'm trying to give you some exposure. Then on Wednesday, you're going to have a case study synopsis that you're going to do. I'm just going to give you some case studies that you're going to read about, give you some things to think about, and then you're going to provide some feedback to me. And then on Thursday, you're actually going to do an activity on employee theft in the facility. It happens. It happens a lot in nursing homes and assisted or homes or areas or facilities in which there's a lot of older people. A lot of times employees tend to steal from those people a lot. So you're going to do a little activity on that. A couple of reminders. Your midterm will be Monday of next week, which is week 3. The weeks are going by pretty fast. And then don't forget your paper that is due at the end. So that's going to be due on Tuesday of week 4. So let's not forget about the paper that's due. Okay. All right, so it doesn't look like I have anything else. Trying to think. Doesn't look like I have anything else to discuss for today. However, just remember that if you have any additional questions about anything, you can text me. I'll try to respond back as soon as I can. If I don't, just know that I'm in a position where I can't respond back at the moment, but I will do my best to go ahead and try to respond back to you as soon as I possibly can. So just keep that in mind. You have a pretty fairly easy week for this week. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. Not too bad at all. I already have the Dropbox open for the final paper. When you click on day 14, it's going to talk about several other things for you to do. But just know that like one of the things it's going to mention about discussion number 7, you won't be able to do discussion number 7. You won't see it. It's going to talk about reading homework chapter for chapter 17. You won't see that as well. So I don't want you to be alarmed when you click on day 14 and you're looking for all of this other stuff. It's not time for you to do that. I only have it open because I need you to be able to see the Dropbox for your paper, okay? All right, so with that being said, I have nothing else for the meeting at hand. And so I'm going to go ahead and end the meeting. Like I said, if you have any additional questions, you can reach out to me via text. You can send me an email. You can call me. You'll have to leave a voice message, but it's easier to send me a text. And like I said, I'll try to respond back as soon as I possibly can, okay? You all have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful week. And just reach out to me if you have any specific questions, okay? Thank you and have a good day.